I'm Carrie Ann Solfest.
And I'm Jordan Sharipa.
We are coming to you live from Fox 6 News to give you a special report all about the global war on terrorism.
We have our special reporters Kelsey Crawford and Bill Cook in different locations to give you more information about this war. Before we jump right in, we would like to remind you of all the lives lost and to never forget the people who endured it.
Before we jump right in, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
There are 4 new movies that have come out. They include Lone Survivor, Trying to Say War is Good, Lions for Lambs, Telling How War is Bad. Restrepo is a 5-star rating war movie. Why We Fight Now, a great war documentary. Terrorism, also known as the War on Terror, started September 11, 2001, when terrorists flew planes into the Twin Towers. It also killed many innocent people.
All of the countries involved in this war are India, the UK, Canada, Australia, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. President George W. Bush was in charge during this time. Another major individual involved was Osama bin Laden. He was assassinated.
The U.S. is involved in this war because of the 9/11 terrorist attack on the country. The different sides are Al-Qaeda and the U.S. They both have many allies, though.
Most of the fighting was in Afghanistan and Iraq. The result 10 years later is not very good. Osama bin Laden was killed, which was a major success, but now there's a much higher hatred for Muslims, and it's causing even more anger towards America from terrorists. Also, 6,000 soldiers have been killed in battles in Afghanistan and Iraq.
Speaking of deaths, there's been 2,996 lives lost in the U.S. alone on 9/11. There were also 125 to 200 people missing in action, also known as an MIA. In total, there's been 300,000 casualties during this war.
Hello, I'm Kelsey Crawford, coming to you live from the 9/11 Memorial in New York City. This is where Al-Qaeda hijacked airplanes and crashed them here, where the Twin Towers used to be. You might be wondering what types of weapons they used.
Yes, Kelsey, indeed we are.
Well, they used bombs so that they could wipe out numerous amounts of people. Also, they used shotguns because it was a very powerful weapon. Many people also used hand grenades. They used them because they were small and easy to carry. They mostly threw these out of helicopters so that they could bomb homes and buildings.
Are grenades and bombs the same thing?
Not really, but also machine guns were commonly used, and they were used on land so that they were able to kill multiple people at one time. During the global war on terrorism, they had a couple ways of transportation. Helicopters were mostly used so that they were able to drop bombs out of. Boats were used so that they could be able to shoot people and have a better chance of not being shot.
Did they do any fishing for food?
Not that I found. And last but not least, they used trucks so that they could store most of their weapons and so that they wouldn't have to walk or run and have a higher chance of being killed. Strategies that he had during this time was command and control. Listen, pay attention, and keep a sharp eye on things, and keep a light load, because back in the olden days, people had to carry back dead corpses. But now people are able to carry small but powerful weapons.
Wow, these are very good strategies, don't you think, Kelsey?
Yes, Jordan, and in my opinion, I think the strategies helped them the most, because lots of people were able to survive because of what they did to protect themselves. Like keeping a light load helped them, because it didn't slow them down, and they were also were able to communicate with each other throughout the whole time.
Now we will take a quick break. We'll go live to Bill Cook to tell you about the uniforms that they wore. Thanks, Jordan. I'm here in the U.S. Army base to show you what the military wore. So the Army pretty much wore all camo to camouflage themselves from their surroundings. They also have a very protective jacket that will keep them warm and protect them. Their pants also were made of the same protective material and camouflage print.
They sure didn't know how to match.
Yes, they do. They also wear boots as their shoes to protect their feet when they're walking. The camo comes in handy to hide from the enemies when they're about to attack. So that's how the military dressed during this time. Now we're going to go to commercial. Pro-war song. Breath, written and composed by Joe Yoga. Anti-war song. A Little Good News, written and composed by Anne Murray. Interesting commercial and song.
Well, that concludes our special report on the global war on terrorism. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Good night, America.